Shalom, shalom to the 12 tribe that scattered abroad. Shalom to the 12 tribe that scattered abroad. Welcome back to the reading of the Bible with your brother Nehemiah. I am Israel, a true seeker of Yahweh. Like, share, subscribe, comment. How y'all doing today, family? Israel. Man, first of all, I want to say, man, I hope y'all having a wonderful Passover and unleavened bread feast. We are in our, I think, the fifth day, fifth day, cause the end on the 7th. So we got 2 more days left. We're in our 5th day. Mine's been all right. I've been holding it down. I just, instead of celebrating the day, y'all celebrate that wicked Easter, something that we don't believe in, something that we don't celebrate. But we celebrate the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread is what we celebrate. Cleaning all the leaven out your house and getting all the leaven out your system and, renewing yourself. Eating unleavened bread and bitter herbs to go through let me see, how can I say it? The pressure what our ancestors went through. So that's what the bitter herbs and all that for. But it end on the 7th, April the 7th at eve. That's the last day. So I hope everybody enjoyed their Passover Feast of Unleavened Bread. Passover was the first day. Unleavened bread came right in behind it. So with that being said, man, we're going to get on to it. We in Exodus chapter 35. We left off with Exodus chapter 34. And this is when Moses was dealing with the Father and coming down, and he was shown, he was real shiny. His skin complexion, he was real shiny. He had to cover himself when he came from amongst God. And when he came around the people, he had to cover himself. He uncovered himself when he was around God. But it was like verse 35, and the children of Israel saw the face of Moses, that the skin of Moses' face shone. And Moses put the veil upon his face again until he went in to speak with him. So he put the face upon the veil. Put the veil upon his face when he came out to the congregation. But when he went in to where the Lord was the Most High was Yahweh, he uncovered himself. So we're going to pick up in Exodus chapter 35. So everybody get their King James Version with the Apocrypha and open up to Exodus chapter 35, and we'll begin with verse 1. And Moses gathered all the congregation of the children of Israel together and said unto them, these are the words which the Lord had commanded that ye should do them. Now, Moses gathered all the children of the congregation together. Moses was going up that hill. He went up first time to get the 10 commandments, stayed 40 days, 40 nights. And he came down and throwed it down. And he went back up there and did another 40 days and 40 nights up there. So now he's telling them, these are the commandments which God spoke to him to tell them. And he said, these are the words which the Lord had commanded that ye should do them. See, God ain't gave us no religious. God ain't gave us no baptism. God ain't gave us no Muslims. God ain't tell us to do none of that. God gave us commandments, laws, statutes, and judgment. So my religious is law, statutes, commandments, and judgment. So are your religious. I don't have a religious like Baptist or Catholic or Muslim. I don't have none. I don't believe in none of that. I believe in the law, statutes, and commandments what God gave us. Verse 2. He said, 6 days shall work be done, but on the seventh day there shall be to you an holy day, a Sabbath of rest to the Lord. Whosoever doeth work therein shall be put to death. So he told them 6 days. Because the Lord worked the 6th day. He created the heavens and the earth and all things that was in it. The heavens and earth in 6 days. And he rested. So he told them 6 days you work. But the 7th day is a Sabbath of holy to you. Meaning you rest. And he also said, whosoever do it, work therein shall be put to death. Meaning the Sabbath is a holy day, a Sabbath of rest to the Lord. The Lord rested the 7th day. We should rest the 7th day. Because why? We are holy people. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. And what this is, it's a holy day. So all this, you've been set apart. The day been set apart. The Sabbath day been set apart. So this is commandment throughout our generation that God told us, that he told Moses to tell the children of Israel. That's how they have to carry themselves. Every 7 days. It's the Sabbath of rest of the Lord. Let's continue. Verse 3. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitation upon the Sabbath day. Now, it says ye shall kindle no fire. Let's get the definition of kindle. Kindle is a verb meaning to start a fire, ignite, or stir up, emotionally like passion or curiosity. It also refers to a series of popular e-readers designed by Amazon for reading digital books. That ain't what we talking about. So it is to start a fire. Knowing how to kindle a campfire is an important survival skill. So it's to start a fire, ignite, or stir up emotion like passion or curiosity. So with that being said, it's like the man was gathering the stick to start a fire. You gathering thing, igniting a fire, striking a fire to start a fire. That's what it's saying. Thou should not kindle. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitation upon the Sabbath day. Meaning you cannot start a fire. You cannot go start you a fire on the Sabbath day. You cannot. Now, me, I don't start fire. All my stuff is electric. I turn knobs. It ain't starting no fire. It's not kindle no fire. It's turning on electric power. So if it was that way, you can't use your lights, because you flick the lights on. It's just like the electric stove. You flick your lights on. So I feel like you don't have to. You can use electric things because it's really not kindling a fire. It's turning on. See, other people have different expects. So, we all got different ways, and we ain't gonna know how to do these things. We're not gonna be on one accord with all these things until the Messiah come back. So that's why we say do it to the best of your ability. Because, I know I ain't gonna be able to eat cold food like that. I have heartburn, indigestion, all that. So I'm not gonna be able to eat cold food. My food gonna have to be warm. I don't go start no fire. Like I said, I don't strike no lighter. I don't get no sticks together and strike a fire. All my stuff are electric. So I can't say, but that's the way I hold my Sabbath. Some people say we can't do that. That's why I said we're not all going to be on one accord until that day. And then you got some that do it like I do. Verse 4. And Moses spake unto all the congregation. And Moses spake Salaki. And Moses spake unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, saying, this is the thing which the Lord commanded, saying. Verse 5. Take ye from among. Why I won't do it? verse 5 from the top again. Take ye from among you an offering unto the Lord. Take ye from among you an offering unto the Lord. Whosoever is of a willing heart, let him bring it, an offer of the Lord, gold and silver and brass. So he tells them to take of an offering. Whosoever is willing of the heart, they need to bring an offering of gold and silver or brass. Verse 6. And blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen and goat's hair. Verse 7. And ram skins dyed red, and badger skin, and shitman wood. Verse 8. And oil for the light, and spices for the anointed oil, and for the sweet incense, and an onyx stone, and stones to be set for the ephod, and for the breastplate. So these are the things that he said, whoever got a willing heart, bring. Verse 10. And every wise hearted among you shall come and make all that the Lord had commanded. So he said every wise hearted, meaning every skillful, everyone who have skillful in crafting, crafting skill, come and do all the work, make everything, all that the Lord had commanded. Verse 11. The tabernacle, his tent, and his covering, his taches, and his borders, his bars, his pillars, and his socket. Remember earlier what we read earlier in Exodus about this? These the things where the Lord was telling Moses to tell the children of Israel what they wanted to do, the commandments, the statute, the judgment, the law, everything. This is what Moses telling them now, as what the Lord had told Moses. Remember when we read it earlier? But the Lord was telling Moses these things. Now Moses is telling the congregation of Israel these things. Verse 12. The ark and the staff thereof, with the mercy seat and the veil of the covering. Verse 13. The table and his staff, and all his vessels, and the shewbread. Verse 14. The candlestick also for the light, and his furniture, and his lamp, with the oil for the light. Verse 15. And the incense altar, and his staff, and the anointed oil, and the sweet incense, and the hanging for the door at the entering in of the tabernacle. Verse 16. The altar of burnt offering with his brass grate, his staff, and all his vessels, the lever and his foot. Verse 17. The hangings of the court, his pillar, and their socket, and the hanging for the door of the court. Verse 18. The pins of the tabernacle, and the pins of the court, and their cords. Verse 19. The cloth of the service to do service in the holy place, the holy garment for Aaron, the priest, and the garments of his son to minister in the priest's office. Verse 20. And all the congregation of the children, so before we go to verse 20, hold on. Now, all these things that he just called out, these are the things that they got to make. These are the things that God commanded Moses to tell the children that we got to make. The garments for Aaron and his son, the tabernacle, the burnt offering, the tables, all these things is what we have to make. And all that are skillful and have the heart of a skillful come and do the commandment of the Lord of making these things. Now, verse 20. And all the congregation of the children of Israel departed from the presence of Moses. Verse 21. And they came, everyone whose heart stirred him up, and everyone whom his spirit made willing. And they brought the Lord's offering to the work of the tabernacle of the congregation, and for all his servants, and for the holy garment. So all them that whose heart that stirred them up, meaning who the Lord had the spirit to put on to stir them up, to lift them up. All them was willing, one whom his spirit made willing. See, him up. And everyone whom his spirit made willing, everyone that God's spirit made willing, and they brought the Lord offering to the work of the tabernacle of the congregation. So the spirit moved them, then they brought the things, all the one that the spirit moved to, with the skillful, with the crafty. Verse 22. And they came both, men and women, as many as were willing-hearted, and brought bracelet and earrings and rings and tablets, all jewels of gold. And every man that offered an offering of gold unto the Lord. Verse 23. And every man with whom was found blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen and goat's hair and red skin of rams and badger skin brought them. Verse 24. And everyone that did offer an offering of silver and brass brought the Lord's offering. And every man with whom was found shitting wood for any work of the service brought it. Verse 25. And all the women that were wise, listen, and all the women that were wise-hearted did spin with their hand, and brought that which they had spun, both of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, and of fine linen. See, it's the spirit that the God put on you. You cannot choose God. It's in him really explaining that God put the spirit on them to move them. Remember, it just said that every spirit, how I said it, we're going to be at verse 26. Let me see, go back to verse, when he said in verse 21, and if they came, everyone whose heart stirred him up, and everyone whom his spirit made willing. See, you cannot choose the Father. The Father chooses you because he put the spirit in you to bring you to remember the Holy Spirit. See, what they call the Holy Ghost, it brings you to remembrance. It stirred them up. See, the spirit brought, when the spirit he brought on them, verse 21, it stirred them up to remember how to do each thing. Because he just told Moses, and Moses told him what to do. And he told the congregation. It had to be something that they can get understanding how to build these things. If it was just taught, do this, do that, do it like this, and do it like that. Okay. But you still got to get the measuring of things. It's a lot. So it was the spirit. He put the spirit upon them. He chose them to do these things. Verse 26. And all the women whose heart stirred them up is wisdom. And wisdom spun goat's hair. Verse 27. And the rulers brought onyx stone and stones to be set for the ephod and for the breastplate, and spicy and oil for the light, and for the anointed oil, and for the sweet incense. Verse 29. The children of Israel brought a willing offering unto the Lord, every man and woman, whose heart made them willing to bring for all manner of work, which the Lord had commanded to be made by the hands of Moses. All what the Lord commanded to be made by the hands of Moses. Verse 30. And Moses said unto the children of Israel, see, the Lord had called by name Bezalel, the son of the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, and he had filled him with the Spirit of God in wisdom, in understanding, and in knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship. Verse 32. See what I'm saying? He filled them. Verse 32. And to devise courtesy, work, artistic work, to work in gold and silver and in brass. That's what he did to put the spirit on Bezalel. To work in gold and silver and brass. Verse 33. And in the cutting of stone, that's all what he did to Bezalel, to set them, and in carving of wood, to make any manner of cunning work. Remember what I just said. He put the spirit on you, so he just told Moses. See, he put the spirit in them, Bezalel, so he got the understanding and the wisdom on how to do these things, how to cut the stone, how to do the gold, the silver, and the brass. He got the carving of the wood. He put this in him. He ain't just up and did this, just like you can't up and choose him. He chose him and put this on him to understand all these things, to do these things. So whoever was hard, what he said, kind-hearted, whoever was hard, wanted to give up their heart to do things for the Lord, he put the spirit upon them to do this. Verse 34. And he had put in his heart that he may teach, both he and Aholabah, the son of Asmat of the tribe of Dan. Remember, these the one he called out when he called Bezalel. I think it was in chapter 32, maybe 33, one of them chapters. When he called them, when he told Moses, he put the spirit on them. See, Moses up on the mountain when he was telling Moses these things. So he had already put the spirit on him while he was up there talking to Moses. While Moses was up there on the mountain, or Sinai mountain, talking to the Lord. And he told Moses, he put the spirit on Bezalel, Aholabah. I can't pronounce these names right, so bear with me. He put the spirit on them then when he was telling Moses these things. See, he said, them had he filled with wisdom of heart. Verse 35. Them had he filled with wisdom of heart to work all manners of work, of the engraver and of the cunning workman, and of the embroiderer in blue and in purple and scarlet and in fine linen, and of the weaver, even of them that do any work, and of those that devise cunning work. So he put that spirit on them to teach others too. But they was the one that chosen by God. Let's go to chapter 36. The book of Exodus, chapter 36, verse 1. Then Roth, Bezalel, and Aholabah, and every wise-hearted man in whom the Lord put wisdom and understanding to know how to work all manner of work for the service of the sanctuary, according to all that the Lord had commanded. See, he put all this, he put the spirit on all, put spirit in the heart man in whom the Lord put wisdom and understanding to know how to work all manner of work. He did Bezalel and every wise-hearted man. He did that. It wasn't nothing they did on their own. They ain't had no understanding or no wisdom of building this stuff. So the Lord put it on them. Verse 2. And Moses called Bezalel and Aholiab. I got to get these names. Bezalel. Say that again. Bezalel. Okay, that Bezalel. And the other one is Bezalel and
Any toppings for just $9.99. Sheesh, I'm getting all kinds of ideas. It's generally said as a holy
Aholiab.
on how to pronounce more confusing words and names too many mispronounced.
Okay.
Like these.
And Moses called Bezalel and Aholiab, and every wise-hearted man, this verse 2, and whose heart the Lord had put wisdom, even everyone whose heart stirred him up to come unto the work to do it. So even the ones that were stirred up, their heart was stirred up. God ain't choose them. Their heart just stirred up. So them the ones, I guess, Bezalel, and Aholiab teach. But they heart, it said, even everyone whose heart stirred him up to come unto the work to do it. I still say it got something to do with the Father. Verse 3, and they received of Moses all the offering which the children of Israel had brought for the work of the service of the sanctuary, to make it withal. And they brought yet unto him free offering every morning. Verse 4, and all the wise men that wrought all the work of the sanctuary. So like, came every man from his work which they made. Verse 5, and they spake unto Moses, saying, the people bring much more than enough for the service of the work which the Lord commanded to make. So they saying the people bringing over too much. Verse 6, and Moses gave commandment, and they caused it to be proclaimed throughout the camp, saying, let neither man nor woman make any more work for the offering of the sanctuary. So the people were restrained from bringing. So they were bringing so much, it was overwhelming. It was too much. So Moses had to make a word, tell them don't make a restraint from bringing anything else. They had way more than enough. Verse 7, and they portrayed us on these movies like we were some poor people. Look at all this silver and gold, fine linen, and all this stuff that we bringing. All our stuff was dipped in gold. So we wasn't, remember, man, you are from royalty. These are royalty people. Our ancestors from royalty. And you the children of the Most High. You just think the Most High just let his kids be like that? No, we put ourselves in this predicament. Our ancestor put us in this predicament. We made a bond, a covenant, a agreement with this man, and we forsaken the agreement. And we just got worse and worse as of the day. Don't nobody want to believe. You tell them they Israelite, they don't want to believe that. They trying to bring everybody into the world. When we see him reading that Moses only talked to Israel. Moses only gave these things. God only commanded him to tell the children of Israel. But they bringing everybody in the world because they talking about Jesus died for the world. No, you got to understand, what world is he talking about? You ever get a chance, look the definition of world up and see how many definitions you have about the word world. And then you go into the Hebrew, you go into the Blue Letter Bible and look up the Hebrew and see what world means. So when he say the world, he's not talking about the whole world. I can go in China and that can be another world for me. I'm not from China. I can go cross sea. That's another world. You got Disney World. You have all these worlds, man. So you got to get the understanding of what you're reading. That's why it's good to read the Torah. It's good to read the Old Testament. It's good to read the Apocrypha. It's good to read all of. Jesus said he come through the volume of the book, meaning he in the Old Testament, the Apocrypha, and in the New Testament. He threw out the book. You don't have to do it. Take your time and read it for yourself. But he had to restrain them from bringing any more, because it was overwhelming. It was too much. Verse 7. For the stuff they had was a sifting for all the work to make it, and too much. What I said. Verse 8. And every wise-hearted man among them that wrought the work of the tabernacle made 10 curtains of fine twined linen, and blue and purple and scarlet, with cherubims of cunning work made he them. Verse 9. The length of one curtain was 20 and 8 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits. The curtains were all of one size. And listen to how they put this stuff together. Verse 10. And he coupled the 5 curtains one unto another, and the other 5 curtains he coupled one unto another. And he made loops of blue on the edge of one curtain from the sledge and the coupling. Likewise, he made in the uttermost sides of another curtain, in the coupling of the second. Verse 12. 50 loops made he in one curtain, and 50 loops made he in the edge of the curtain, which was in the coupling of the second. The loops held one curtain to another. Verse 13. And he made 50 taches of gold, and coupled the curtain one unto another with the taches. So it became one tabernacle. So he connected them. Verse 14. And he made curtains of goat's hair for the tent over the tabernacle, even curtain he made them. Verse 15. The length of one curtain was 30 cubits, and 4 cubits was the breadth of one curtain. The 11 curtains were of one side. Verse 16. And he coupled 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves. Verse 17. And he made 50 loops upon the outermost edge of the curtain in the coupling, and 50 loops made he upon the edge of the curtain which coupled the second. Verse 18. And he made 50 taches of brass to couple the tent together, that it might be one. Verse 19. And he made a covering for the tent, of ram's skin dyed red, and a covering of badger's skin above that. What is they making? The tabernacle. Verse 20. And he made borders for the tabernacle of shittim wood standing up. Verse 21. The length of a border was 10 cubits, and the breadth of a border 1 cubit and a half. Verse 22. Verse 22. One border had 2 tenons, equally distant one from another. Thus did he make for all the borders of the tabernacle. So he did one border and had 2 tenons, equally distant from another. Thus did he make for all the borders of the tabernacle. He did that the same way for all the borders of the tabernacle. Verse 23. And he made borders for the tabernacle, 20 borders for the south side southward, and 40 sockets of silver. Verse 24. And 40 sockets of silver he made under the 20 borders. 2 sockets under one border for his 2 tendons, and 2 sockets under another border for his 2 tendons. Verse 25. And for the other side of the tabernacle, which is toward the north corner, he made 20 borders. So he did the same thing, because I'm going to read it. Verse 26. And there 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one border, and 2 sockets under another border. Verse 27. And for the sides of the tabernacle westward, he made 6 borders. And 2 borders made he for the corners of the tabernacle in the 2 sides. Verse 29. And they were coupled beneath and coupled together at the head thereof to one ring. Thus he did to both of them in both the corners. Verse 30. And there were 8 borders, and their sockets were 16 sockets of silver, under every border 2 sockets. Verse 31. And he made bars of shittim wood, 5 for the borders of the one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the borders of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the borders of the tabernacle for the sides westward. Verse 33. And he made the middle bar to shoot through the borders, from the one end to the other. Verse 34. And he overlaid the borders with gold, and made their rings of gold to be placed for the bars, and overlaid the bars with gold. See, like I said, most of all our stuff, everything was dipped in gold. So how were we some poor people? Why did they carry us that way? They want y'all to think that. They've been lying to you the whole time. Verse 35. And he made a veil of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen with cherubims made he it of cunning work. Verse 36. And he made thereunto 4 pillars of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold. Their hooks were of gold. And he cast for them 4 sockets of silver. Gold, silver, brass. But we was poor. They sat around a round table and plotted this together. They sat around a round table and put this together. Verse 37. And he made an hanging for the tabernacle door of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen of needlework. Verse 38. And the 5 pillars of it with their hooks, and he overlaid their chapters and their filters with gold, but their 5 sockets were of brass. But they claimed that we were some poor people. That's what they claimed. Moving along, chapter 37, the book of Exodus, chapter 37, verse 1. And Bezalel made the ark of shittim wood, 2 cubits and a half was the length of it, and a cubit and a half the breadth of it, and a cubit and a half the height of it. Verse 2. And he overlaid it with pure gold within and without, and made a crown of gold to it round about. Verse 3. And he cast for it 4 rings of gold to be set by the 4 corners of it, even 2 rings upon the one side of it, and 2 rings upon the other side of it. Verse 4. And he made staves of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold. Verse 5. I just can't get over all this gold we dipping. We dipping all these things in gold. And I'm trying to get the understanding of, I watch TV a lot, and I like to watch stories of the Bible and how they portrayed us, how they make us look like this how we were. No. Remember, we was rulers once before. We gonna get to it. We had other nation servants of, handmade, I don't want to say slaves, but practically we had that. Y'all will see when we go in our land. Y'all will see how many nations that gonna be with us, but we was so, like I said, our ancestor was the one got us in this predicament. Wouldn't keep the law, wouldn't keep the commandment, wouldn't keep the statutes. We started following the other nation. That will put us in a predicament. God sent other nations to bring us out of our land. Sent people in to take us away from our land. That's why he said in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 6 to 8, that you will never see it no more. You will not see your homeland again. That's why that scripture, he brought them folks in there to take us out of there because we was not hearkening. Verse 5, let's continue. Exodus chapter 37, verse 5. And he put the staves into the ring by the sides of the ark to bear the ark. Verse 6. And he made the mercy seat of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half was the length thereof, and 1 cubit and a half the breadth thereof. Verse 7. And he made 2 cherubims of gold, beaten out of one piece, made he them. So he made 2 cherubim out of one piece, and they were made of gold, on the 2 ends of the mercy seat. Verse 8. 1 cherub on the end of this side, and another cherub on the other end on that side. Out of the mercy seat made he the cherubims on the 2 ends thereof. Verse 9. And the cherubims spread out their wings on high, and covered with their wings over the mercy seat, with their face one to another, even to the mercy seatward were the face of the cherubims. Verse 10. And he made the table of shittim wood, 2 cubits was the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half the height thereof. Verse 11. And he overlaid it with pure gold, and made thereunto a crown of gold round about. Verse 12. Also he made thereunto a border of an hand braided round about, and made a crown of gold for the border thereof round about. Verse 13. And he cast for it 4 rings of gold, and put the rings upon the 4 corners that were in the 4 feet thereof. Verse 14. Over against the border were the rings, the place for the staves to bear the table. Verse 15. And he made the staffs of shittim wood and overlaid them with gold to bear the table. And he made the vessel which were upon the table, his dishes and his spoon and his bowl and his coverings to cover withal of pure gold. Now, I just want to jump ahead for a minute. All these dishes and cups and bowls and stuff they making with pure gold. Watch when we come out of the Torah and when we go and these folk come in and start taking over our land. Watch what they do with our stuff. When they take our stuff, watch what they do. We gonna get to it. I think this during the Persian Media, when the Babylonians, when they took the gold cup and they drunk out of them. They took our stuff, what we made. Drunk out of, poured wine in it and drunk out of. God wrote on the wall. I think it was the Babylonians that did that. And the Persian and Median one came in and took them out. But we gonna get to it. We gonna get to it. Just remember all these things that what we making. See, all this stuff go together. That's why it's chapters, it's books, and they fall behind each other, and it's chapters, and it's telling you what we did, how we did, what God commanded us to do, and what laws He gave us. Then when we go out of the Torah and we go into physical, to go into our land, He explains all that, how we got out of our land, what we did to get out of our land. Verse 16. Oh, we did that. Oh, we talking about, but I'm going to do it again. Verse 16 from the top again. And he made the vessels which were upon the table, his dishes, and his spoon, and his bowl, and his covering to cover with all of pure gold. Verse 17. And he made the candlestick of pure gold, of beating work made he the candlestick, his shaft, and his branches, his bowl, his knops, and his flowers were of the same. Verse 18. And 6 branches going out of the side thereof, 3 branches of the candlestick out of the one side thereof, and 3 branches of the candlestick out of the other side thereof. 3 on this side, 3 on that side, and you had the one in the middle. That get the candlestick. What he talking about? I don't feel like getting that shirt to show it to y'all. Verse 19. 3 bowls made after the fashion of almonds, in 1 branch, a knot and a flower, and 3 bowls made like almonds, in another branch, a knot and a flower. So throughout the 6 branches going out of the candlestick. Verse 20. And in the candlestick were 4 bowls made like almonds, his knops and his flowers. Verse 21. And a knot under 2 branches of the same, and a knot under 2 branches of the same, and a knot under 2 branches of the same, according to the 6 branches going out of it. Verse 22. Their knots and their branches were of the same. All of it was one beating work of pure gold. Verse 23. And he made his 7 lamps, and his snuffers, and his snuffing dish of pure gold. Verse 24. Of a talent of pure gold made he it, and all the vessels thereof. Verse 25. And he made the incense altar of shittim wood. The length of it was a cubit, and the breadth of it a cubit. It was 4 square and 2 cubits. Was the height of it. The horns thereof were of the same. Verse 26. And he overlaid it with pure gold, both the top of it and the sides thereof round about, and the horns of it. Also he made unto it a crown of gold round about. Verse 27. And he made 2 rings of gold for it under the crown thereof, by the 2 corners of it, upon the 2 sides thereof, 2 to be placed for the staff to bear it withal. And, verse 28, and he made the staffs of shittim wood and overlaid them with gold. Verse 29, and he made the holy anointed oil and the pure incense of sweet spices, according to the work of the apothecary. And the apothecary is perfume, the perfumer. Well, that was the end of chapter 37. Y'all can go back and read 35, 36, and 37. It is really just telling you what, now they building it and what they made. That's what chapter 35, 36, 37, all the things that they making. And I think 38, but we going to continue, 38 going to continue telling the thing what they made. And they making it. As we read it, that's what they making now. Remember, Moses got the commandment from God, and Moses came and told the children, the congregation of Israel. Now they're putting it together. So, man, we will pick back up with chapter 38 very soon. Like I said, I know it's been a minute. We ain't got number 2 more chapters. I think 2 or 3 more chapters. We got 3 chapters left. Yep, 3 chapters left into Exodus. And we'll be in Leviticus. Then we have 3 books left. We got Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Then we get on with the story of the kings and our first king and all that. Man, like right now we getting commandments, laws, that, and not one time so far when we read, he never said to Moses, tell the children of Israel to go be Muslim. Tell the children of Israel to take up Catholic. Tell the children of Israel to be Baptist. Tell the children of Israel to do this and do that. No. He commanded them to follow these laws, commanded them to make this tabernacle, this altar. This is what he did. He gave them the statute. He gave them the law. He gave them the commandments. He gave them the judgment. Like if you sin, it's a judgment for it. He giving all this. And you say that we can't judge you. No, that's a lie. We could. Long we judge righteously. We got the right to judge righteously. For real. So, man, with that being said, man, that was the end of Exodus. Like I said, we got 3 chapters left. We will finish them 3 chapters as soon as possible. You know, I work 2 jobs now. And then this week right here was the week of the Passover and unleavened bread. So, you know, I was holding it down for that too. But I have to make times out for the reading of the Bible. I have to continue what I said we were going to do. We going to read this Bible all the way through. If it take us 2-3 years, we going to finish this Bible, reading it all the way through. Old Testament, Apocrypha, and the New Testament. So with that being said, man, y'all open up. We're going to close this thing on now. Y'all open up to Matthew chapter 6, and we're going to close this thing on out with the Father's prayer, with the Lord's prayer. This is the book of Matthew chapter 6, verse 9. After this manner, therefore pray ye, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil. For thy is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. Man, Israel, man, he said, if a man have an ear, let him hear. Man, y'all take heed of this Bible, man. This is your history. This is your way out. This is life. According to the Bible, is life. Your life forever. That's on you, Israel. Like I said, the only thing I could do, my job is to warn you, show you. I can't walk it for you. And I can't walk with you. It's on you to do it yourself. Israel, Israel, Israel. Man, y'all stay prayed up. Keep these commandments. Do them to the best of your ability. And keep striving. Because, boy, we got to go through Jacob's trouble. So don't give up. We got to go through Jacob's trouble. And that's right around the corner. It's happening now. We need to open up our eyes, man. And only one going to save us is the Father. It's the Father. So Israel, to my nation, to my people that scatter abroad, the 12 tribes, I want to say, endure to the end, stay prayed up, keep the commandments, and fight. With that being said, Kwame Yasharala family, love y'all.